Hello and welcome. We're about to take a journey through one of the most incredible processes in nature, pregnancy. Whether you're expecting, thinking about it, or just plain curious, we're going to explore all the amazing changes your body goes through. Let's get you empowered with some knowledge. So, are you ready to really dig in and understand the magnificent transformation that's happening inside you? Because, when you understand the why behind all the changes, it stops being just a list of weird symptoms and becomes this incredible story of creation. Let's dive right in. All right, here's our game plan. We'll start with the real drivers of change, the hormones. Then we'll talk about navigating some of those common aches and pains. After that, we'll take a quick tour of your whole body and we'll wrap it all up with a toolkit to help you have a happy, healthy pregnancy. Okay, first things first, we have to talk about the masterminds behind this whole operation, your hormones. These guys are like little chemical messengers, and along with the actual physical growth of your baby, they are the reason for every single change you're about to experience. Think of these hormones as the all-star production crew for your pregnancy. You've got estrogen, who is kind of like the lead builder, supporting all that amazing growth. Then there's progesterone, the chill-out manager, keeping your muscles relaxed. Relaxin is the specialist, softening everything up to get you ready for birth. And of course, HCG, that's the big announcer, the one that gives you that positive test and, is responsible for some of that morning sickness. And just look at the result of all that hormonal teamwork. It's absolutely incredible. Your uterus goes from being about the size of a small pear to an organ that can hold a whole baby, a placenta, and all that amniotic fluid. We're talking about a 500-fold increase in volume. It is, without a doubt, the most dramatic physical change your body will go through. Now, all that incredible growth has to go somewhere, right? And that brings us to a topic that so many people ask about, aches and pains. But here's the thing, these aren't just random. They are the totally logical result of your body cleverly making space for a new life. So why the classic pregnancy backache? Well, it's basically a perfect storm, a real chain reaction. First, your growing belly pulls your center of gravity forward. To keep you from tipping over, your lower back naturally has to curve more. And at the very same time, that hormone relaxin is busy loosening up all the ligaments in your spine. It's really the perfect recipe for some back strain. But listen, and this is really important, you do not have to just tough it out. Not at all. There are some really simple practical ways you can find relief and support your body through this. So what can you actually do? Okay, here's some fantastic advice, the kind of stuff your midwife would tell you. Try to be mindful of your posture. Think about standing tall. Swap out high heels for comfy, supportive shoes. And this is a big one. Whenever you lift something, bend at your knees and use your legs, not your back. Gentle exercises like prenatal yoga or even simple pelvic tilts can work wonders. And please, never hesitate to get expert help from a physical therapist if the pain just isn't going away. And, it's not just your back that might be feeling it. A lot of women also experience something called pelvic girdle pain. And guess what? It's caused by the exact same thing. Those hormones are loosening up the ligaments. Just this time, it's around the front of your pelvis. It's all part of your body's amazing prep work for birth. All right, let's zoom out a bit. Because it's not just your bones and muscles that are adapting, your entire body is getting a major upgrade. Let's take a quick tour of some of the other major changes happening behind the scenes. Okay, this one is pretty mind-blowing. Your blood volume, it can increase by up to 50%. That's a huge increase, and it's all to nourish your baby and the placenta. Now, this can sometimes lead to something called physiological anemia. It also means your blood has a tendency to clot a little more easily, which is another great reason why staying active is so important. Ever find yourself getting a little breathless just walking up the stairs? Yeah, there's a good reason for that. Your diaphragm actually moves up to make room for the baby, which means your total lung capacity shrinks just a tiny bit. But your body is so smart. To make up for it, it makes every single breath more efficient. The amount of air you breathe in and out increases by 30 to 40%, making sure both you and your baby are getting all the oxygen you need. Your skin tells its own story during pregnancy, too. You might notice from darker patches of skin, maybe some stretch marks, or even tiny spider-like veins. I want you to know these are all incredibly common and totally normal signs of the beautiful work that's happening inside. And yes, the question on everyone's mind, why all the extra trips to the bathroom? Well, it's actually a two-part answer. First, your kidneys are absolute powerhouses right now, working up to 50% harder to filter all that extra blood. And second, your growing uterus is putting some very real physical pressure right on your bladder. So it's both a supply issue and a space issue. Okay, so we've talked about all these incredible changes. Now for the really empowering part. How can you work with your body through all of this? Let's open up your Healthy Pregnancy Toolkit. One of the absolute best things you can do for yourself is to stay active. Things like a brisk walk, going for a swim, or doing some prenatal yoga are all fantastic options. The general goal that most experts recommend is to aim for about 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity spread out across your week. So what do we even mean by moderate intensity? It sounds technical, but it's actually super simple. It's basically any activity that gets your heart rate up, but not so much that you couldn't chat with a friend. If you can still hold a conversation, you are in that perfect sweet spot. And please, don't forget that your mental and emotional well-being are just as crucial as your physical health. Simple things can make a huge difference. Taking a few deep breaths, connecting with your partner or friends, and even just a short walk can do wonders for your mood. Of course, we have to mention nutrition. Think of it as the high-quality fuel for this amazing project your body is undertaking. Your need for certain nutrients, especially things like folic acid and iron, goes way up, so it's really important to make sure you're getting enough to support both you and your growing baby. So, when you put it all together, from the hormones kicking things off to the backaches and the extra bathroom breaks, what's the big takeaway here? It's that every single change is one piece of a truly remarkable transformation. I really want this to stick with you. It's so easy to see all these changes as problems or annoying symptoms, but they're not. They are signs of success. They are literal, physical proof that your body is doing its job perfectly, creating the absolute best environment for your baby to grow. So, I'll leave you with this thought. Knowing that your body isn't working against you, but is working for you every second of the day. How can you be its best partner on this journey? How can you listen to what it needs, support it, and just marvel at its incredible power? Thanks for joining me.